Welcome back to Beyond Reason and another retrospective. It's an FFA and it's 6 players, no doubt. There's no point going through the commanders because they're all individual. But who's going to be the first one that gets the units out? FFA is always an interesting one and difficult. It can be a real difficult one to play because obviously you're on your own. If you start to push, let's say we'll take the red for an example. He starts to push here. The pink one can start to push here. So do you wall yourself off a little bit? Protect yourself and then move forward? Who's got the advantage? Well, Pink Tuck is definitely got a bit. He's got a lot of metal around, but he's on his own. So everybody can go for them. I didn't know whether it was a random start, but it looks as if it's it being pre-plotted because it's very unusual it would be like that because you've got all the way around here. It would be nice for these lot to move themselves down to get this metal. Metal is obviously quite an important thing on here, as you've only got the 3. So it's a very, like I said, it's a very interesting map to play this. I think it's an unusual one to play because it's, there's no easy way out and in. It's all over the place. So we've got a con moving forward. No protection whatsoever. He's going to get his bot lab. So he's an Armada. Let's see how what our other player's doing. He's getting his wind turbines up. You need about 6 or so to be able to be... He's getting his construction turret out. So there's not much protection. Now he's got a grave robber to eat up. There's a bit of foliage, but not. I wouldn't say a lot, but it will help. Is anybody else doing that? Yes, they've got a Lazarus out. Now, these are experienced players. Very experienced. Probably be... I don't know whether this is, say, the 500 to 1,000 hours. So they know all this compared to, a new player, for example. So I like Green. He's done the same thing. He's obviously another Armada. Nice bit of wind. He's going for the cons. So there's no real fighting at this precise moment. I'm quite surprised nobody wanted to do it a bit of a tick spam. Especially, obviously, the Armadas, because obviously they could do it. The only what they could do maybe on the bots, for an example. Oh, if they had the vehicles for the Cortexes, doing a rascal spam or something like that. That would work out okay. He's running out of... Our Blue's running out of energy. Where is he again? This isn't enough wind, but the wind has died. A couple of solars would help this. This construction turret's going to take a long time. If you're ever wanting to do this and sort of equal the commander, normally it's a couple of cons that were on the whatever you're helping out, and they should work out. I was going to pause that then, I think, and then he didn't pause it. Or has he paused it? Maybe he has paused it until this gets built. So Pink's moving out. These two will eventually find each other. There's a little bit of scrappy going on here with the thugs and the pods. The pods will probably lose here, although they are getting around. It would be nice to get this metal. Because there's no way that it can be degunned because the commander's not there. That's it. They've paid for themselves. Oh, that's good. They paid for themselves if they get rid of a metal. Because that's going to be rebuilt. Although he is going to grave robber. Although the grave robber actually had that up instead of re-resin it. Which I find quite surprising. It would have been... It's cheaper to re-res it than it is to rebuild it again. He likes his... This Green likes his units, so he's he's fixing them back to full health. It's always nice to see. Nice bit of thugs. I think if they could actually take out the commander here, they could certainly take out the light laser for sure. Looks like he's going for a beamer there. Unusual that a beamer and a light laser, but that's how it's going. I will miss stuff. Our nice magenta pin. This commander's going to be done. This is the end of it. He's going to come.
Commander destroyed.
Ooh, that's it. That one's blue. Blue is gone. Now we're down to 5. Now, hopefully the pink will... Now, he needs to get a grave robber... what is he? Sorry. Yeah, he needs to get some grave robbers out to get this. And then hopefully what he's going to do is go straight to T2. But eating that commander up, he will be able to go to T2. That T2 is vital at this in the FFA. You could, I mean, you could pump out a hell of a lot of units really quickly. There's no two ways about that. But so Armada player, he's got a Centurion, which is the highest of the T1 on the Armada. They'll do quite well against... I mean, one thing the Centurion does do quite well against that I found is it does do quite well against the Pounder. Although the Rocketeer is probably the preferred unit to be able to take them down. Not obviously as powerful as the Centurion. But the trouble is the Centurion is quite a heavy thing to build. So you could get 3 Rocketeers to 1 Centurion. So you can go through that stage of working it out. It's all about working things out here. We've got a good set of thugs here. Yeah, they'll take this down. If he'd have been brave enough to go forward, the trouble is he can't see. If we go to the period, he can't see what's there. He knows that some are there. He probably realizes that these are lasers or something because they're not moving. We've got 3 Centurions, yeah, about half full or half empty. The way well, one's practically full. The thugs will take these down, but they could do some damage. Not as much. They've only taken 1 thug down. It would have been a nice... Well, I don't think actually they'll fire over the static defense, so that won't work in this instance. Obviously, if they, like I said before, if they lose the commander, then they're out of the game, like we saw with the blue. So the purple's really in... he's not eating this up. I think that's a massive mistake. Not eating that Khan. Absolutely. He's got the grave robber there. But he should have been on he could have been on T2 with it. No, he's going air, but he's still on the T. That's a misplay. That is far too close. And then you're going to stop your, stop your units coming out, basically. Right, green looks as if he's going to push the button. Push the grunts in front, I would have said. And they'll protect the thugs. The thugs is a bulldozing unit. It's slower than the grunt, but obviously it costs more, and it's a lot better unit. It'll deal with the pawns a lot better, but more grunts will certainly do quite well there. We've got a couple of Centurions out. I always think they're waddle. It was a weird unit to watch. But I wouldn't say they're a bulldozing unit. They're more of a defense unit compared to, let's say, the thug. Yella is done quite well here. He's been left on his own.
Destroyed.
Oh, we got another commander destroyed. Sorry, I missed that one. That looks like our green's gone. Oh, that's quite surprising. I thought the green would have been okay. So now the blue can push right up now. The problem is they're not... Oh, here we go. Well, this is unusual. The reds... Hey, I'm just going to walk into your base. Is he going to degun a lot? No, he can't degun because he's not got the energy. Is there any... No, there's absolutely no protection. This red's going to get absolutely obliterated. Now, that's a silly... See what I mean? This is a silly play. Yeah. But you're going to get killed yourself, mate. And then you're out the game. I don't get that. So what was the point? Unless you have to go somewhere, but then why play the game in the first place? But that's it. They've only got a couple of hits, and that's the red one out the game. There we go.
Commander destroyed.
So that's red gone. Yellow's still in the fight, but he's got absolutely no... But he's still got a construction turret. What has he actually got? He's got a good bit of metal, so the metal's still there. Energy's a bit low. But he should take no time to get this rebuilt again. Has our pink got this command? No, he's just started it now. And now, is he going for the T2? Or is he not? No, he's still not going for T2. Again, this is a misplay. I'm convinced this is a misplay. Not too sure why air's there, but still. So who should theoretically win this? Right, well, we would assume the Magenta's got the upper edge. Now the Pound, he loves to put his things right in front of everything. This is going to be slow. The Centurion would do really well against the Pounder. I was actually quite surprised. Look at this. You get a few of them and they're absolutely obliterating the, you know, the way this is going down. Nice pick up there, though, with a Centurion. They disable these for, as you can see, so many seconds. There's 6 seconds on these. I think each individual unit's different to how many disable. So he's going to get the Pounder. With against the, I think that's the Brute, yeah. Nice D-gun. Eat up all this metal. Don't allow him to get it back again. We get in there, strangely enough. Not too sure about that. Take out this lab. The Brute's gonna definitely. Well, he might get out there. This lab's gone. Absolutely. So you're gonna have to have some protection or something. We have got the Shuriken. Don't push the Shuriken in, because we've already got air going in. They take a one shot of that, so it's not really. He should have known in this and not even bother putting them in. Once that air was hitting them, it's pointless. So all his air got. So what did he achieve? Nothing. He's now got that, but now he's rebuilding a vehicle lab. Hopefully, well, at least this time he's not actually putting anything in front of it. This should be gone. Don't be bothered with this. Eat this up. You've already got a lab there, but I can understand why he's moving it over. How's our Yellow doing? Well, the Yellow's gone to T2. He ain't messing about. Why? Because he's eaten up the commander and got almost to T2. That's how you should be doing it in this. The Magenta had the upper hand early on. Even if you were a bit slower getting it, you know, you're eating it up and you still haven't got it. It's so powerful to get the T2 going. You know, if you've got the, obviously if you've got the bot lab for an example, you've got the Sheldon. You know, and if you've also got the vehicle version of it, you could go for the Quaker. You know, you could go, well, I mean, eventually you could go for the Zab, but you could go for the Tiger as well. You know, the Tiger would do really well in this. You don't need to go for the really big units. In this game, more can always beat less. Now, when that doesn't work, as I found out, I had about 20 grunts, and there was 4 pounders, and they got absolutely obliterated. So it's just things like that. It doesn't always work, so you've got to be a little careful. It would be nice, like I said, he's already got, well, he's used his now, see what I mean? Now he's going for his T2. Although he's not doing bad with it, to be honest with you. But I still wouldn't bother with the air. I mean, obviously, I know what he's going to do. He's going to do a boring run. We've got a transport. What about we got the transport? I suppose the transport would be an advantage. He's got quite a lot of the map if we look. In fact, actually, he's re-resed the commander, not eating it up. So that's why. So now he's got almost half of the map. So the Magenta is definitely on the rise here. Unfortunately, our yellow player that was just left alone for a while until the red.
Commander has died.
Oh, there we go. I don't know how. Oh, he got killed. Ah, I see. Here we go. He got killed by a Janus and a couple of Janus. There we go. 3 Janus will, I think, one shots the commander. Obviously, 2 takes 2 turns. If you're ever up against the Janus and you are playing, and it has fired at you, go for it. Don't back off, because you've got about 5 seconds or so before it starts to do itself again. This is a nice bowman run. Although the only trouble is, I think he's going for the commander, I think, and not actually. Ooh, he's very close. But now he's got this T2. Yeah, he's going for the Arbiter, which is like the Shiva, I think, in the Armada. Bit of a thug push. More thugs will beat less, and he's got the high ground. We know what the high ground advantage is. Oh, that's a nice little pickup as well. Oh, oh! Now the magenta's actually going at this side of it. I suppose it is yellow v, you know, yellow v magenta now. The magenta should technically take this, but you just necessarily. Oh, that Shiva just that arbiter just went straight into there. It's a good push. I think you got. I think Pink Tuck. I think you're out, my friend. That was. I mean, what destroyed him wasn't the magenta at all. It was the. Yeah, it was the strange push on the red that took himself out, which is bizarre. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. We will see you in the next one, and don't forget to check out pigstv.com for all the latest videos. Bye for now.